Ladies and gentlemen, introducing Mark Pyre's Renaissance Man.
Okay, people, gather around. The Mark Pyre's Renaissance Man show. Is he still alive? Wait, hold on. I'm not done. Trying to get to the bottom of this. Number 2. Is he still alive?
He is Dr. Evil.
Why is he still alive, and why did you answer when I was asking number 2? I'm trying to get to the bottom of this. Number 2!
A plan is in the works, Dr. Evil.
This is wonderful news, number 2. Over 1,000 days in a row, we've managed to keep the world from knowing he exists.
Dr. Evil, he's still going and doesn't care.
Well, we need to find another way to stop the show. He's making me look bad, you know? Yeah, no. Perhaps we can make him look like racist or something?
That may work, Dr. Evil.
Perhaps we can get the media to cancel him?
This is your best idea yet, Dr. Evil.
Okay, number 2. Get me Dr. Fauci.
Dr. Evil. Dr. Fauci is on the evil monitor.
Thank you, number 2. Dr. Fauci.
Dr. Evil. It's Dr. Fauci.
Well, Dr. Fauci. It looks like the gig is up. The Renaissance Man show knows all about you.
Yeah, they created a character after me. We gotta squash him like the friggin' mouse that he is. He calls me a weasel, Fauci. I'm not a weasel, okay? I'm not a doctor. I'm Dr. Fauci, okay? Don't call me Dr. Weasel Fauci, okay? Because that's anecdotal.
Anecdotal Fauci. That's what they're always making fun of you about. That you're always anecdotal.
No, I know. Like I said, that everything's anecdotal.
Excellent. Dr. Fauci, initiate the final plan.
They never even asked you. Welcome, family and friends, to the Mark Pyre's Renaissance Man show. We are live every single day of the year for unscripted live comedy, songwriting in the moment, and total inspiration. So join us on a tour of some of the accomplishments and content created in the first 1,000 days and counting of Renaissance Man. So far in 2021, 12 albums and 156 songs have been released into the world. But we're not even close to done yet, fam. My plan is to put an album out every month for the rest of my days, as well as show up for you every single night. I've created 3 feature films this year: Batmark vs. Supermark, Three's Company the Breakup Artist, and A Christmas Story. Within these comedies, many original characters have surfaced. You know, we have Batmark Dick Face, which he doesn't look like this really, but that's Foch. And then of course Supermark, who's pretty freaking super if you ask me, just saying. Hammerlin Jameson's a bit of a drunkard, and he tried to get the role of Supermark. It didn't go well. He does all right at a side gig of, newscaster situation. But you can see in that top photo, he's not doing too well these days. Anyway. Dr. Wayne Doppler, tallest man alive, 8'9", Guinness, and he's also in the Batmark and Supermark movie. And Dr. Weasel Fauci, if you don't know who he is, wear 5,647 masks, especially if you're going to Mars. Stuck on Mars. I will be making a movie out of that. Sid 45, make sure you don't get rupees. Sid has rupees literally pouring out of his igloo. Francesco Vigilughi. Look, if you ever need a cartographer, there's just one guy. The Curious Case of Ben Affleck Head. It's about a guy with a head so large, he could literally change the poles. Oh, Dystopia 2021. If you missed that, that's the world we're living in today. If you haven't seen it, I did a couple episodes on it. BB Poo Poo. Don't forget we did 3 cryptos this year. BB Poo Poo, PP Poo Poo, and of course, Shibbity Bibbity Boo. But it almost was wrecked because of the original Shiggity Boo Boo. Well, look, people are still on the fence, Things were pretty bad for BB Poo Poo at the beginning. And of course, we have many episodes of Spider-Mark, Peter Marker. If you didn't know, check it out. Mark Pirates of the Caribbean. That was a hilarious movie. And then if you can't dance, you just, watch this episode. There's 2 of them. Really good stuff. And did you watch Match Game? I did it. And Pressure Luck in it. We did a little Pressure Luck style too, Peter DeMarkin. And if you didn't see Waterworld 2027, I'm the last one left because of the bugaboo. We did many other homages to movies and TV shows and Jay Mulder.
Sonny, you still got the cough?
There are over 100 insane scenes with Dick Facce. And then of course I saved the world, saved all the animals and stuff too. Zucker Chooch, Donald Trump Show, make sure you check that out. And we did a couple of raps over the last year. You may not want to miss those. Trump, Biden, and Christopher Walken rapping? Yeah. Back to the Future, Mark. Guys, the next movie that's coming out, Back to the Future, Mark. You may not remember some of the characters that I was in the past, so let's just go over it in real time. Marxist, I did it. 10 Commandments. Mark Stradamus, telling the future, of course. Oh, and the artwork I created as Leo Marco da Vinci. The Mona Lisa, when I got that freaking red, like murdering a family. That was what O.J. Simpson of the 1600s. Hey, Michelangelo, after you finish that, sculpture, you think you could paint this ceiling? Got it. Circumnavigating the globe is Mark Jellin. Markola Tesla. If I didn't do my time here as Markola, you guys would have nothing when it comes to electricity. I still can't believe it. I'm sitting there, I'm writing the Fur Elise, right? I'm in the middle of it. And they're scratching it out and they're writing freaking that hack Beethoven's name on it, right? Don't even get me started on what they did when I was Wolfgang Amadeus Mozart. Doing the fifth and taking all that work. And then like modern days, when I'm doing Mark and M, doing an 8 Mile situation. Like Mark and M's the man now, but what I paved the way is the Marktorious B.I.G. as well. When I was Mark Claude Van Damme, I remember that one. Oh, Mark Schwarzenegger? You didn't know I was Mark Schwarzenegger? Yeah, that was funny when I worked next to DeVito. The Emancipation Marklamation of 1863. I did my time as Abraham Mark Lincoln. You guys didn't know I was Abraham Mark? You guys are all Mark Della. That's why this is all part of the Mark Della effect. Everybody's like, Mandela, man. No, it's Mark Della. Get with it. And then the time I was Mark Guyver, remember, you give me a friggin' toothpick and some tooth floss and we're off. I'm building a bomb. So that's just a good overview of a lot of the shows, not all of them. We have tons of new gear up on the website, guys, markpires.com. In there you can pick up your gear, you can pick up a signed CD, and also don't forget about beatseat.rocks, my invention that I patented. This is her sitting on it. And this is a little demo I made. Welcome to BeatSeat.rocks. My name is Mark Pires, and I'm the inventor of the Beat Seat. Today I'm going to share all of the details of the Beat Seat. It's the ultimate percussion drum. You can play it with your hands and feet while sitting completely upright. It's got 4 playable panels, omnitone. Everywhere you hit it sounds different. It's the first drum you could sit completely upright and play with your hands and feet at the same time. It's the Beat Seat. It's the only drum that you can play with your hands and feet while sitting completely upright. Anything you'd play in a drum kit, you could play on this, because you're playing with your entire body, but you're sitting upright. Your feet do this. So that's the Beat Seat, the ultimate percussion drum. You can play it with your hands, with your feet at the same time. It has unlimited tones. There's so much to explore. I hope to build one for you. Have a great day. Thank you for watching. And of course, fam, I can't leave you without a little bit of motivation. So take these quotes with you as we get ready to rock for one more night. And yes, we will be doing it again tomorrow. So, until I see you in just a moment, it's Mark Pires. And it's Renaissance Man.
when the wind starts blowing, I'm going to find a way. Some night when the world stops hating, we're going to find a way.
Tickets are available at the box office. Thanks for helping us keep the theater clean. As you exit the auditorium, please deposit litter in trash receptacles in the lobby. Please be considerate and don't talk during the show.
Thank you for coming to Lowe's. Sit back and relax. Enjoy the show.
It's Monday. It's Mark Pyers. And it's Renaissance Man. For another way. I'm here to ease my mind and help my living. It's Renaissance Man. It's daily variety show Mark Pyers Renaissance Man. I'm here to connect with you, to amplify your current state, and I'm here with you on day 1,155 in a row of the Renaissance Man Show, and we're gonna get into it just like we do every day. What's up, Joanne? I'm never stopping. She's like, when's this insanity gonna stop? She said, when are you gonna stop going every day? Just take a break. You need a break. You need to freaking stop with that wheezing. Your wheezing needs a break. You know, I'm here. Gotta listen to that wheezing all night. Yeah. But she's not wrong. You know, I need a break. Right? Not. Joanne, I was throwing you for a looperoo. We don't need a break. We need to put this thing in high gear. I'm talking about 5-hour shows every freaking day. What's that, Zabrowski? No, Zabrowski, your woohoo's coming up. You're the inspiration for the 5-hour shows. Without the woohoo, what do I got? I'm doing an hour. I can't do 5 because there's no woohoo. When Zabrowski comes out of nowhere woohooing the friggin' hell out of us, I'm doing 28 hours. No, I know, Joanne, you're used to a 24-hour day. Yeah, okay. You know, Joanne's always got it wrong. Like everything she's ever said in life has been wrong. Joanne, you better not be throwing your envelopes of doll hair at me, okay? I'm too quick for you. Bruce Lee in it. When you were shadowing Bruce Lee in 74, because you're Back to the Future Mark doing it, and then now Joanne's trying to throw doll hair envelope packages at you. You know, we know who got the better of that one. Anyway, guys, we're doing it. Day 1,155 in a row. I don't know what we're going to do tonight, but we do have a lot of stuff planned. I'm thinking about maybe a call-in situation, too. So maybe at some point, if you guys want to do a call-in to the radio station here in New York, looking over my shoulder. That's the Freedom Tower back there. You know how I feel about freedom. I'm writing freaking songs about it every day. So with that in mind, I do have a song I want to debut for you guys. It's a very, very exciting song because just the other day, who was it who asked me to play an Elvis Costello song? Was it US Coop? Someone asked me to play Elvis Costello, something about how accidents happen, and I don't know it. So I wrote a song called Accidents Happen. It's ready to go. It will be on this next album, which unfortunately the streak ends today. Not this streak of the show live every day forever, but the album a month streak ends today, unfortunately. I was not able to get 13 songs prepared and ready for an album before we go into March. So 13 albums in a row, 170 songs released into the world. That's what I have. That's what I've shared. And now it's going to be just normal. I'll release albums randomly. No need to freak out and get one out every month. But Zabrowski, give me a woohoo since I'm losing the streak for albums right now. For bang, biggity, boo! I need a woohoo. Guys, we all need a freaking woohoo. Woohoo! Right? You know, we're here coming out of Monday night. I had someone this morning say, sounds like another case of the Mondays. I almost freaking elbowed the hell out of that lady. I mean, guy. You know what I'm saying. Look, 2022, you want to be on equal ground, right? Equal footing. Everybody's like, look, I want to be treated the same. You get an elbow in the freaking fotch then. You're there. You're trying to do it sounds like a case of the Mondays. You want to be paid the same. You want to be called the same. You want to be on the same equal footing, right? Elbow in the fotch. bitch, whether you're a he or she. Well, that's what I thought we were playing that way. I didn't know that till the police showed up, and I was being booked. It's not my bad. She shouldn't set the case of the Mondays. I'm here doing... What's that, Joanne? No, Joanne! We can absolutely hear you wheezing. I just heard it from 10 people here on TikTok. They said, what's with the lady in the background wheezing? What's with the lady in the background opening and closing a friggin' cabinet? Why does she sound like George Soros? It's because it's George Soros' daughter. You guys should have known that. That's Joanne Soros back there. We did a paternity test. I had Maury Povich come down one night. Povich was here. He's doing it, right? He's sitting in there. He brought out the manila envelope. When Povich brings out the manila envelope, you know it's on. When it comes to the case of George Soros and Joanne. At the time, we just knew her name was Joanne. Right, guys? We didn't know the freak her last name. She didn't even know her last name. She was like, I was abandoned at birth. She pulls it out of the freaking manila. When it comes to George Soros and Joanne, you are the father. Bang, biggity boo. We found out in a moment Soros has been leaving her in the lurch 56 years. What's that, Joanne? No, Joanne, I know you're due your equal share, right? You're due something from George Soros. We put in a petition. He doesn't want to, break away from all that fortune he built from the Star Wars franchise. But you guys thought that he's like some financier? No, I'm sorry. Played Jabba the Hutt. You didn't know George Soros was Jabba the Hutt? Typecast. I didn't even need to get any makeup. They're just like, come on down, lay on your side. Princess Leia's gonna friggin' feed you grapes. Boop, boop. Soros. When you got Soros by George Sorable, everybody was standing around applauding because they saved a lot of cash, but they lost out on the back end because he did a back end deal. I'm going to do a back-end deal. Wow, George Soros came out. Great. Oh, you know what? Can you play Palpatine too? Double-decker. He did a Palpatine. All of a sudden, the world went wild for George Soros, who he got I think he won an Oscar. Joanne, can you Google search that for me? Did Soros win an Oscar as Jabba the Hutt? Did he get a honorable mention or something like that? I want to know. Inquiring minds want to know, Joanne. Get to it. No, we can still hear you wheezing. She's like, is that any better? No, it's not any freaking better. What is going on here with Joanne, guys? Day 1,155 in a row of Joanne wheezing back there. And I'm dealing with it. You guys know I'm dealing with it. We got a lot to get into tonight, guys. Got 7 news stories for you. And we have a new song we're about to debut for the first time in history. Nobody's ever heard this song. It is called Accidents Happen. Someone here the other day asked me to write a song, or actually to play a song by Elvis Costello saying it's called Accidents Happen. I don't know it, so I wrote my own song called Accidents Happen, and you like to hear, here it go. And we're going to play it here for the very first time in history. This will be debuting on Sunday at 5 p.m. Where did it download to? Bang, biggity boo. When you got a bang, biggity boo, and you're dealing with it, I want to say thank you for the likes. Thank you so much for your likes. I really appreciate you. We are about to rock and roll. Okay, you know what? Before we play this one, then what I'll do is, no, I'm going to play this one. I'm really excited about this. There's 2 tunes here I just released or put these together the last 2 days, and we'll get into them. We will get into them. All right, here we go. This one right here, I'm just going to put these into the desktop. I don't know what they are, but we'll throw them on one by one and get into it. 2 brand new songs for the world. This makes 172 songs in the last 13 months that are out into the world. But these 2 have not been released on iTunes yet. The last song I released on iTunes is called Freedom Convoy. It's a song for the Freedom Convoy, basically a song for anybody in the world who supports freedom. Plus my Justin Trudeau impression comes out. When I'm basically Liam Neeson, my fellow Canadians, we need to do our part to stop the spread of COVID. I have a specific set of skills. I'm like, freaking Liam Neeson? I mean, Trudeau? What? Joanne! Google search it. I thought Trudeau was Castro's son. He's not. He's Liam Neeson's son. My fellow Canadians, my daughter, she's been taken. What? Taken for? With Justin Trudeau?
I'm going. I haven't been to theater in 8 years. I go to Justin Trudeau freaking playing Taken 4. You know, my daughter. You shouldn't have messed with me and my iron thumbs. Have you ever seen Liam Neeson's thumbs? He's got hammer thumbs or something. I don't know. I'm saying he's freaking awesome, but he's Justin Trudeau. But, you know, it's a Castro slash... I don't know. There's a weird thing going on there. You guys know it. The American people know it. Everybody knows it. It's not like I'm the only one who knows it. You know, everybody's like, no, Trudeau? No, that's freaking Liam Neeson in disguise. Wearing a freaking, like, a Trudeau mask. Trudeau has died in 16. Yeah, you didn't know that thing he did when he was doing the thing and then he did it? Yeah, that was what happened. Anyway, guys, this right here is called... This is an acoustic tune. We're usually doing electric stuff here on the Les Paul, but this one I had the acoustic out. This is called Accidents Happen. And whoever requested this, I forget if it was S. Coop or Jeffrey or Kathleen. Somebody requested this song, and I did it for you. Here we go. I'm trying to flip this for you guys to see. Doing our best every step of the way. Most times we're doing it, even though there's no pay. Every now and then you see someone you may call a friend, only to find that they slit your throat and they try to take advantage of you. The guy rose up, tried to say a thing or two to you. Accidents happen every day. Accidents happen. Accidents happen. Oh, oh, accidents happen. Accidents happen every day. Yes, accidents can happen. Accidents happen, they happen sometimes. When you're feeling down, you need a friend who lifts you up, a friend who reminds you how special you are. Yeah, we can be so hard on ourselves every day, in every way, thinking about everything constantly. Can't put it down, no, can't let that frown go, no, gotta find a way to smile, you and me both, yeah, don't you know, yeah, 'cause accidents happen every day, so why not get the most of everything you can be. There's no such thing as a failure unless you're set back and watch it all go on around you. 'Cause accidents happen. Sitting by, watch the world pass you by is the only accident that truly can come true. You got to go, got to be you, yeah. Got to fill the universe with everything you got to share, yeah. Show the world that you really care, 'cause we're missing that these days, yeah. Don't seem we can find anyone who wants to put themselves out there to make a change, so you got to see where you want to be and ask yourself if you want to be a part of the change or hold the world down. You got the choice now. Now remember that accidents happen. Yes, they happen. And if you don't get don't go, 'cause how far away you can never see it. No. Accidents happen. New song that will be out there. That will be out there next week, maybe. This is the other song that just came out yesterday. It hasn't been released, but it'll be out on Friday for the first time. It's called Rise Up Like the Sun. This song, man. You should head to YouTube so you can watch this. Right now, everybody's on YouTube, and I'm broadcasting on TikTok, but YouTube is where you can see these videos full. The farmer goes to start the day like you do. The sunrise is all in the birds chirp, yeah. Oh, and rise up as one, rise up like the sun. Rising years, yeah. Now you're living in a constant state of fear.
Let's get it.
Rise up like the sun.
There it is. I'm waiting for a hook.
Rise up, yeah. Society today is drowning in the hatred and the fear that's being delivered day to day. Yeah. And you can't say no, no, only replay every single news channel. It's the same story. Yeah. You can't get away, no, unless you can shut up the negativity. Come join me in the light, yeah, rise up like the sun. Rise like the sun. Rise up like the sun. Rise up like the sun. About time you understand the score. Yeah, they almost got us out the door. You need to rise up like the sun. Yeah, rise up like the sun. 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 Rise up like the sun, yes. It's the only way you're connecting, yes. It's the way we got to get through this together. Yeah, we cannot listen to the lies of the world that's trying to divide us. When we know inside we need to rise up like the sun. Come together as one. Yeah, yeah. Oh, together we're going to rise up like the sun. Ain't no stopping us, no. We grow around the world, yeah. We rise up like the sun. Rise up like the sun. Ain't no stopping when it burns. Yeah, rise up like the sun. Yeah. Rise up like the sun. Rise up like the sun. Rise up like the sun. We need to rise up like the sun. We got to rise up like the sun.
Oh yeah, sing it.
Rise up like the sun. To rise up like the sun.
We gotta all rise up like the sun together.
Rain rise up like the sun. Rise up like the sun.
So that'll be on the album as well, obviously. Rise up like the sun. I'm working on another one right now, but I just couldn't get through any more before the end of the night, before the end of the month. So we officially end the streak as far as the album per month. We did 13 in a row. This is the crazy thing. So I went and did an album in 2007, and it was 13 years in between albums. So when I started last year, I said, I'm going to do an album a month so I can catch up on the 13 years I didn't drop an album for everybody. And that was just a stupid thought. But then I was like, I got to follow through on what I say. So we did 13 albums in a row. 12 albums last year and one more album just this past month, which is called In the Twilight Zone. These songs are all, just like you heard there, they're all powerful songs that were written live in the moment here. I don't have a script. People say things in the chat and I write songs. You could come in here and say, like right here, Roshi did Dragon Ball. Sava said, Roshi, Dragon Ball, if you guys have a topic you want me, I'll write a single song for you about whatever topic it is. I don't know what it will be, if it will be good or not, but I'll try. Sometimes it's fun to just do what people say in the chat too. So if you guys ever want to do that and just start rambling and saying things poetically in the chat, I will sing it. That's also fun. But we create these songs, we release them. They're powerful moments like you just heard. Rise Up Like the Sun. You know, when messages like this come out live in the moment, you have to step back and you have to say, okay, is this just some guy who's writing songs in a room? I guess you could say that, but I'm not. I don't write these songs. These songs write themselves. They come out of me live in the moment, and then they're what you're hearing. And when a message like Rise Up Like the Sun, you know, we have to be emboldened, and we should be at this point, to get up and stand against the hatred of this world and start to become one. Become as powerful as the sun. The sun is a single source. It's not split into freaking 7 billion, 7.7 billion. Oh, all these different pieces of the sun. It's one. So we need to rise up like the sun. All the good in this world needs to fight up against the darkness. And if we do that and we become one pure ball of energy, positive energy, what are you kidding me? Nothing can stop that. There is nothing, there's no evil on this planet that could ever contend with the power of positivity and love. It just can't, because it doesn't do anything to the barrier, to the boundary. Like people, I think this is the one thing I realized in life. When you understand and when you feel you have a belief in something, no matter what someone says, it really doesn't bother you. It's when you're self-conscious about yourself or you're about something that it really gets you upset and you really want to go and get into something. But in general, if you're able to be confident in your decisions and what you're doing in your life choices, whatever it is, then you don't need to hear the voices around you. None of it matters because you are driving to your own rhythm. Don't ever let anybody tell you what speed you need to move at. If showing up for 1,155 days in a row for 2+ hours, which should say anything to you, is that nobody will ever tell me that I can't do a show today and that I should do 15 minutes and that, you know, maybe you should do once a month or once a week. You can say whatever the freak you want, but it's just noise. The reality is I move at my own rhythm, my own pace. I write crazy amounts of music and comedy and whatever else because that's the pace I choose to move at. I can't slow down. We get a certain amount of breaths. I'm using them. I'm not going to waste any of the time I have. I come out here and we live in the moment because I'm not going to say I sat on my freaking tail and didn't do anything with this time. There's people who are meant to create. And if you don't do that, it's a sin against your soul. And then there's the reason that those people are there is because there's other people who need it in order to find something in their own lives. The people who truly create are the ones who need to be seen because that is where the rest of the world finds their inspiration. When they suppress the message of the people who are truly creators, the ones who are actually bringing life to the moment, that is a problem for our society. That's a problem for our civilization. Our reality is connected 100% to the world that is not creating, to be able to see creators that are truly living in the moment so they could be reminded that life is not only special, but it's precious. And when you could break away and you could laugh, when you could break away and you could feel a piece of music rush through your soul, that does something to you. That keeps you young. It breaks you away from the cycle, from the matrix. The world around us is a matrix, whether you want to say it's like you see in the movies or it's just intended to keep you in some altered state. It's doing a lot of things that are basically in the altered state, I would say, is where it is. We can't function when we're living in fear. For 2 years, if you're all of a sudden 2 weeks go, oh, everything's fine, take off your masks, blah, blah, blah. And now we're in war. And like nobody wants to talk about COVID anymore. Everybody was misinformation. Now all of a sudden it's not a big deal anymore. And the whole thing just stinks to high heaven. And it always did. And that's why I was so vocal about it and why I continued to be thrown, into a hole and sand thrown on top of me by everybody who's like, I'm right and everything you say is misinformation. Reality is the only truth that anybody got over the last 2 years came out of this platform and other platforms like this. Because I lived in the moment. I didn't freaking kowtow to any, sort of propaganda. I've never gotten paid for one day I come out here. I come out here in order to try to find a moment for us to separate from the darkness. Mine is an impossible mission. I show up anyway. This is a David and Goliath thing. And you better believe I'm as small as David has ever been in his life. I show up anyway. You can't stop the light because it starts to grow. It starts to get brighter. And when others start to support the message and start to share the message, they get lighter and brighter and become messages of peace, guardians of this time that we need. We need guardians. There are people who just want to give away our freedom, give away our moment, be distracted by everything. They allow it all in. You got to learn how to shield it. Shielding it is being able to recognize it first. People have a hard time recognizing anything because they're so close to everything. And if you think about that for a second, we are 100% connected to this negative message that's been broadcast for the last 5 years. For the last 2 of those 5 years, it's been nothing but fear, a fear campaign. Fear-mongering, just propaganda to the fullest. And the people who are out there pointing fingers and calling everybody names are the ones who were fake news for 4 years. I want to point that out. Those people were the fake news for 4 years. And all of a sudden now everybody's believing like that everybody else is misinformation. Do some research. Look at outside and get a VPN. That's all I'd say. Get a VPN, do some research. And I'd say that the whole time. And it's unbelievable. The amount of people out there who are completely oblivious to the reality that there are evil forces in this world. And if you look at all of the data, and I never did, but I can smell a rat from a mile away. And every time I saw a freaking Dr. Weasel Fraugy, why do you think that Trish got me a Dr. Weasel Fraugy face? You know what I mean? A little thing. Guys, I thought about something. I don't know how those will ever do anyway, because I think he's a piece of garbage. But I made shirts. Trish's husband made shirt like a Dr. Weasel face. I have to find it over here. And we've done a bunch of bits with it. And I made a bunch of shirts. I haven't sold any. I bought one for myself so I can wear it here sometimes. But I thought about what I want to do for something, because I totally appreciate the fact that Rich did that, is whatever sales we make on those, I'm going to split whatever profits there are with Rich so he can get something for his design. So you guys should pick up a shirt and take a picture with it, send it into the show, and I'll broadcast it on the screen, show people that you're wearing your Dr. Weasel Fraugy shirt. And like I said, all the proceeds, whatever profits there are on top of what happens with the t-shirts, I'm going to split with Rich and Trish, so they can, get something for Rich's design. I think that's like one of the most important things is like I had an idea and then Rich executed it, and gave me something to use here on the show that created some amazing content. Like if you go back and watch the Dr. Weasel Fraugy stuff, it's so funny. There's we did a rap as Weasel Fraugy. Like I'm literally saying all the truth of the world in a rap for 14 minutes as Dr. Weasel Fraugy. And I guess the reality is one day this show will be seen by millions. And at that point, everybody's going to go back and find Dr. Weasel Fraugy. They're going to all buy a shirt. And at that point, I hope that it's something that Rich and Trish can find a benefit from, as well as maybe me and the show, but it's just one little thing that it's on the website. You can go to markpires.com and check it out. And I think that'll be a really cool thing if we were able to sell some of those. And if those are out in the world, they're really funny. Like what I did is I put my design on the back of I don't have the shirt. I made a meme. You guys saw that meme that was made. It was, come on, y'all. You're not a horse. You're not a cow. And there's like the CDC saying with that stuff, that one medication that nobody's allowed to talk about anymore. It's like evil, apparently, but the Queen's allowed to take it, guys. The Queen, the highest in the royal family, the matriarch of the royal family. That's a evil and vile, and it does not do a thing. But we're giving it to the Queen. Righty then. When you're doing it, and you're dealing with the Queen getting the Ivor. What's funny is if you go and you see the coverage and you look at, they say a different name for it. They're like, oh, the Queen is taking blah, blah, blue, blue. And you're like, oh, cool, blah, blah, blue, blue. And you go look at what blah, blah, blue, blue. It says, oh, Ireland, and you're like, holy freaking cow. Guys, let's get into the news. We got plenty to talk about today. Let's see. First story out of the last. Joanne, can you pull it up for me, please? I'm trying to do the news, and you're in the way with your wheeze. She's always wheezing, guys. I wish she would keep it in check, especially when we're about to do the news. I need peace and quiet. So loud, right? Oh, Joanne. No, I don't want to talk to you. I was just saying your name. When I get disgusted with you, I say your name sometimes. She's like, what? Nothing. I don't want to talk to you. I'm just pissed off at you because you're doing the wheezy thing. Wheezy McGee. Pfizer CV Vugabugaboo was just 12% effective against Omicron in kids 5 to 11, study finds. Joanne, I'm not really sure. I'm not very good at math, but 12% that's not a very high number, is it? Oh, no, I know that your heart is 12% your body weight. I get it. But I'm asking you, is 12% ineffective against the Omicron? Was that a good one? 12%? What does that mean? Like that, 9 out of 10 kids are totally safe? Is that what that means? Does that mean that 9 out of 10 kids are good and they're not going to get Omicron? What? 8.8 kids are going to get it? What? If there's 100 kids, 88 of them are getting it? Are you serious? So it's just like 0%, right? Because the rest of them were standing around the other 88. And now they got it. Just simple math, Joanne. New York State officials found that the effectiveness of the Pfizer's bugaboo against COVID infection plummeted from... Joanne! It plummeted from 68% to 12%, Joanne! Oh my goodness! Wait a second, is that a typo? Carry the 1, add the 9er. Oh man, Joanne, 12%-aroo, right? The dramatic drop in Vagabugaboo effectiveness was likely due to the lower dosage the youngsters received, according to the study team members. Joanne, they're right. They should have just doubled the dosage and gotten more humongocarditis like you. Because if they had more humongocarditis, you'd have friends. She's the only case right now of humongocarditis. Everybody else has got myocar. Everybody else has pericar. Joanne's got humongocar. Last week, I think, was it yesterday Joanne said yesterday, we took we realized by 9 o'clock last night that she was able to take off the chains and be unanchored. She'd be able to unanchored because hot air balloon carditis had, lessened. She was out of hot air balloon carditis status and she's back to, she was at humongocarditis and gigantocarditis as a combo. The data comes as New York City plans to end its school mask mandate by March 7th. Look at that little girl there. Look at them. And they're smiling at Joanne. They're excited to give her a bugaboo. Oh my goodness. Look at this guy over here. First of all, he's holding her hand a little weird. Right? He's holding her hand a little weird, Joanne. Follow that dude home. Somebody do a Snopes on him. What are we doing? You have to get like a private eye. Where's John Candy when you need him? Who's Harry Crumb coming out of the blue? He's going to take care of that guy. That's a creeper right there. Look, he's holding her hand. He's got his hand on her leg. He's touching her leg in a weird place, Joanne. And then her, look at her, double masking it. This guy's got no mask on. He's like, hey, I'm gonna breathe all over you. Holy cow, this guy's a creeper over here. What's his name? Let's see. I got to find out who the freak this guy is. As she receives the Biontal bugaboo from Sophia Jan, the MD, while her father, Jeff Gossett Jr., no relation to, Louis Gossett Jr., holds her hand at Cohen Children's Medical Center as bugaboos were approved for children aged 5 and 11 for a 12% effectiveness. Joanne, 12%. It's worth putting something into a child that has never been studied for a long period of time in order to find out long-term effects. That is safe to do with your child doctor. You did a good one there for a 12% effective safety valve thing. And then I think the hydrocar, what are we calling it, Joanne, today? I guess we'll go back to myocar. The myocar occurs a lot when you got the bugaboo. So now you want to do a bugaboo, you got a myocar, and now you got a 12%. You get 12%. Am I doing 12%? Correct me if I'm wrong, Joanne, but what's the survival rate for a child who gets the covaboo? What? 99.997% of them survive? What does that mean? How many little guys passed since the beginning of the Plandemaroo? How many little guys passed? 'Cause that doesn't make any sense, the numbers you're telling me, 99.997%. What does that mean exactly? Oh, Joanne said there's less than 400 children that died under the age of 17 since the beginning of the Plandemaroo. So, hey, Joanne, was that 400? So does that mean that they should bugaboo every child in the world? Oh, Joanne says yes, they should. Her father, George Soros, is getting profits. I get it, Joanne. You're doing a profits thing, Philip Burst, I'm talking to Joanne. Are you kidding me? You don't know who Joanne is? She's freaking a Soros, first of all, and she's wheezing. You're telling me you don't hear her wheeze? Now we know there's something wrong with Philip Burst. Right, Joanne? Oh, goodness. You know what I'm saying over there? So it looks like experts warn of perfect storm. Hold on, I'm on up. Experts warn of perfect storm as fuel prices continue on an upward trend. Joanne, this thing's not scrolling. Can you do a teleprompter and do a scrolleroo so I can get down to the next part of the story? Are you serious? You can't? She's the worst, guys. I should not have hired her. Should have done better. I gotta make a phone call. Just see if we can find out. We can do better, maybe. Hi, yes, is this the headhunting service? Oh, great. Who am I speaking with? Oh, Claudia. Hi, how you doing, Claudia? Claudia, look, this is Mark Pires from the Renaissance Man Show. I'm here. Claudia, I appreciate you're a huge fan, but look, I'm here. I'm doing the news. I'm in the middle of it, and Joanne's wheezing again. I got a guy over here who says and I'm doing it. Just trying to get into the next story. I got a question for you. You got maybe a non-wheezy second in command? I'm looking for a program director that doesn't wheeze. I don't know. I'll hold. You do a Google search. Oh, sorry, Bing. No, Joanne, I'm just looking for your replacement. You know what I mean? Oh, No. I don't need somebody who has Tourette's. That's not going to do me any good. I'm doing a Renaissance Man Show. Okay. I can't get a Tourette's guy to replace Joanne with the wheeze. I'll deal with the wheeze over the Tourette's. You can give me a Tourette's guy? Well, I got a wheezer? Joanne, stop at the freaking cabinet. Now she's opening up the file cabinet to file the Zabrowski file. Yeah. No, I know. Oh, no, then send me the list. Yeah, I'm in the middle of the show. That's right. Moonwater Ranch says that Joanne's doing a great job. Moonwater, I don't agree. I don't agree at all because Joanne is wheezing it up. She's got a stench now. She's been in here for weeks. Yeah, no, I'll hold. Like I said, send it over to me. Actually, I can't hold. You send it to me. You have my email. Yeah, thank you so much. I appreciate it, Claudia. Yeah. All right, have a good night. Guys, Claudia's on it. She's going to try to find me a replacement for Joanne. We don't need a wheezer. We don't. Guys, if you are on TikTok, head over to YouTube. We are live on YouTube 1,155 days in a row. Filibuster, yeah, I do. This is a live improvisation comedy show, and part of it is having Joanne and Zabrowski, and sometimes we have other people here that we're talking to that basically need to be yelled at. You know, we got to do it. Like Telefriffrin, when I'm doing a Telefriffrin and he's directing, worst director, Ed Wood, you know, you're dealing with Ed Wood. It happens. Guys, so experts are predicting that there's going to be a perfect storm and fuel prices will continue to head towards the friggin' moon. Next story on the list, Joanne! What do we got? Lockheed Martin, Northrop Grumman, and York Space selected to build DoD's Internet in Space constellation. So this is interesting. They're going to build an internet in space. What's the purpose? Who's up there? I think there are things up there. Let's see what the story says, Joanne. The agency awarded 3 contracts, $700 million to Lockheed Martin, $692 million to Northrop Grumman, and $382 million to York Space for the Transport Layer Tranche 1. Washington, the Defense Department Space Development Agency announced on February 28th it awarded Lockheed Martin, Northrop Grumman, and York Space Systems contracts worth nearly $1.8 billion. Joanne, it's $1.8 billion. We're going to produce 126 satellites for the global communications network in low Earth orbit. I'm frickin' Dr. Evil. I'm going to do it. The agency awarded 3 contracts. Guys, that's a lot of frickin' money right there. Of course, it's a lot of freaking money. Number 2, get me more money from the Lockheed Martin. Call them in the line. Tell them Dr. Evil wants to get the dollar bills. I want $100 bill in my hand by 2. Dr. Evil, $100 is nothing in 2020. So basically, guys, I don't really care too much about this, but what are they building an internet in space for? Anybody? Bueller? What are we dealing with here? Joanne, next story on the friggin' list. Did you hear about this one? BioNTech firms allege Moderna hijacked technology to develop the Cove bugaboo, Joanne. Is that maybe that's why you got the, humongocarditis? It's like you were thinking you got a good one. You get a bad batch. Everybody else got a, Comirnaty or whatever it's called. You got the bad bat. You got the BioNTech firming alleged Moderna hijacked version. So what's this about, Joanne? I know you're very upset and nervous because you got 18 bugaboos and 7 bugaboosters. 2 biotech companies filed a lawsuit against Moderna on Monday, alleging that the vaccine manufacturer had infringed on patented technology when it developed its Cove bugaboo. Arbustus Biopharma and Genevant Sciences allege in their civil lawsuit that Moderna was able to quickly develop a sieve bugaboo thanks to breakthrough technology Arbustus had already created and patented, namely the lipid nanoparticle delivery system. Now Joanne, do you want me to do Dr. Evil or Bill Gates? Because you can't do both. You know what I mean? Of course you can't do both. When I do the lipid nanoparticle delivery system, freaking Gates. Guys, if somebody's got to punch that guy in the melon, tell him to take his glasses off first. You don't punch anybody with glasses on. That's just unknown. Everybody knows that. You don't. You never punch anybody with glasses on, Moderna was well aware of Arbustus's LNP patents and licensed them for other product programs. But it chose to not do so for the Cove-19 bugaboo. Instead, it attempted to invalidate several of the patents before the United States Patent and Trademark Office. That's a little sketchy. It sounds a lot like Bill Gates, right, Joanne? No, I know you like Bill Gates. Freaking Joanne. Moderna denies these allegations and will vigorously defend itself against Genevieve's claims in court. This is what they said. This is a statement in the bill. Our COVID-9 bugaboo is a product of Moderna's many years of pioneering mRNA platform. You're like, these people are all freaking corrupt, including a creation of our own proprietary lipid nanoparticle delivery technology, which has been pivotal to combat the COVID-19 pandemic. What has it been done? What has it done to combat anything? Everybody still got it. Oh, I mean, we all got protected from what? You still got bugaboo and you got COVID. I'm sorry, it happened. Further pursuant to 28 USC 1498, Moderna has notified the U.S. government about the accusation of infringement against sales of the U.S. government so that the U.S. can protect its rights in defending against any alleged liability to Genevant, Moderna added. Guys, whatever. These freaking people are corrupt billionaires. They just sham across the entire planet. How much money did they make last year, Joanne? $36 billion. That's insanity on bugaboos. Tesla's stock is soaring. Are higher oil prices really that good for EV makers? I'm just curious about this because I have/had an electric car that's now dead in the shop. And it's been there for a month and Joanne, how long? A month and 2 weeks now? Month and 2 weeks. Dead. They don't know how to start it. You know? They're like, yeah, we don't know. It's a shame. Less than 6 months old. And then you find out the most important thing about this is that they won't buy the car back. They won't call it a lemon. They're like, nope, if you don't like our decision, sue us. What? Mind you, this car is fully under warranty. And so I says to them, so let me ask you a question. I got a warranty, right? I come down my freaking warranty. This car's dead on the freaking lot. Right? What are you going to do? You can't fix my freaking car. What we going to do? You got to give me a car, right? You know what they said to me? No, you have to sue us. What the? Woo! Unreal when I heard that, you know? That if you have a warranty that's good for, say, 36,000 miles and your car dies within that 36,000 miles and they can't fix that car, they literally will tell you to sue them that they can't fix your car and now you have to sue them. And you keep paying for the car that's dead. And in my case, I'm also having to foot the bill for a rental because they didn't have a car for me as well because of this pandemic where everybody's short on chips and all this other crap. And it's just kind of crazy. It is really crazy to me that you buy a car in less than 6 months. It's been in the shop for 5-6 times, you know, dead for the last 1 month plus. And then the company, instead of saying, look, we should have given you a better car, says, sue us. It's crazy, right? And like, I want to sue someone? What? I want to get my car on the road. This is freaking insanity, these people. Let's move forward to the next story, Joanne. What do we got? How come every story's got a freaking a gray background? You can't see anything right now. Founder of crypto trading platform BitConnect indicted for $2 billion global Ponzi scheme. This is crazy. So this guy gets caught. $2 billion global Ponzi scheme. What's that guy? The guy who did the big Ponzi scheme a few years ago, and then he got killed, or he died in prison. Madoff, I think it was 50 billion, something like that. But this guy did 2 billion and it was probably within 6 months. Think about that. Like, the crypto market blew up, you know, and $2 billion. So this guy's Department of Justice charged Satish Kambani with conspiracy to commit fraud and misleading investors in the latest crypto crackdown. And of course, it's not letting me scroll, Joanne, because you gave me another crap story. She's just classic at the crap stories, guys. You know, every single one. TikTok bumps up max video length to 10 minutes. How about that? I haven't seen that because I went over to TikTok I'm on live on TikTok right now, but I went there to try to post the newest video up there, which is about 7 minutes. And it still says 3 on mine, so. TikTok creeping into YouTube territory. I can now upload videos up to 10 minutes. Let's see. Okay, look at this. Account updates. Upload longer videos. Upload videos up to 10 minutes long from your device. Make sure you're using the latest version of TikTok before trying out the feature on your app or TikTok.com. Matt Navarra. Oh, well, this is probably why. He's like some sort of big shot, right? And Matt Navarra with his freaking blue check. I got a blue check. They sent me. I got to do my longer videos. I don't got a longer videos. They suppressed the freaking hell out of my show here on TikTok. I put out a new video. 45 views. What the? Some funny stuff over there, too. Great music over there. Little short clips, you know? But you wouldn't know it. They don't let anybody freaking know it. You know what I mean? They're like, oh, we're going to just leave it out there. Put it over there for 5 or 6 people to check out. Bang, biggity boo. They're creeping into the territory of a YouTuber. This one is interesting, guys. I'm a fan of Derek Jeter. I was a Yankee fan, Don Mattingly fan mainly, right? You going to be a first baseman or you going to be a pitcher and you have a guy there on first base you could throw to and throw guys out. You got Don Mattingly. That's your first choice. All right. Derek Jeter has stepped down as the CEO of Miami Marlins, citing philosophical differences with the Major League Baseball club. Jeter, along with the Marlins, announced the news on Monday. Today, I am announcing that the Miami Marlins and I are officially ending our relationship, and I will no longer serve as the CEO, nor as a shareholder in the club, Jeter said in a statement. So he's literally out. Literally out. We had a vision 5 years ago to turn the Marlins franchise around, and as CEO, I have been proud to put my name and reputation on the line to make our plan a reality. Through hard work, trust, and accountability, we transformed every aspect of the franchise, reshaping the workforce and developing a long-term strategic plan for success. That said, the vision of the future of the franchise is different than it was when I signed up to lead. So now is the time for me to step aside as the new season begins. Jeter, who was CEO for the last 4 seasons, was part of the ownership group that acquired the team on October 2nd, 2017. Jeter became the first African-American owner CEO in MLB history, according to the Marlins. Under Jeter, the Marlins were 218 and 327 and one postseason appearance during the CV-19 Plandemiru shortened 2020 season. My family and I would like to thank our incredible staff, Marlins fans, Marlins players, and the greater Miami community for welcoming us with open arms and making us feel at home, Jeter said in a statement. The organization is stronger today than it was 5 years ago, and I am thankful and grateful to have been a part of this team. He came out there and did a freaking Mayor Quimby. MLB is in the midst of its first work stoppage since the 1994-1995 season. Owners and players are currently negotiating a new collective bargaining agreement. That's a CBA. Is, in case you didn't know that, Joanne, they call that a CBA. Without a new deal, there will be no baseball. What are you going to do? New baseball? No baseball? Going to Japan. They play there all. They don't freaking care. They'll play for free in Japan. The CBA determines players' terms and conditions of employment. Bruce Sherman, Marlins chairman and principal owner, thanked Jeter for his time with the organization. I'm sure this one was real sweet, Joanne. Let's get into it. Ready? We have a deep bench of talent that will oversee both business and baseball decisions while we work to identify a new CEO to lead our franchise. Sherman said in a statement, the ownership group is committed to keep investing in the future of the franchise. And we determined to build a team that will return to the postseason and excite Marlins fans and the local community. MLB Commissioner Rob Manfred Jr. also thanked Jeter. Derek was winning on and off the field, Manfred said in a statement. In addition to his valuable contribution to the front office executive, Derek was a highly respected voice on the diversity and competition committees. He helps build a talented field office in the Marlins. What the hell, dude, Joey? This is not what Manfred sounds like. I never heard what he sounds like, but he's not that guy. He's not that guy. I think he's probably more like, he helped build the talented front office with the Marlins, including moving the game forward by hiring women in top roles in the club's baseball operations and executive leadership roles. And a foundation that has positioned the Marlins for long-term success. Derek is a pillar of our game, and we look forward to his future contributions to baseball. By Menon. When you got to the by Menon, after you did the old, English dude, You won a freaking Peabody. Oh, when he came out as Siegfried and did the Peabody voice and won the Peabody, he's like, he almost called his shot like Babe Ruth. Of course, I won the Peabody. That's borderline Boris, you know, when you're doing Boris from freaking Great Britain. My fellow Britons, I'd like to step down. He's like, was that Nixon? What am I doing? God almighty, Joanne. You know, you're doing it. And then you got a Joanne back there. Wheezy, wheezy, wheezy. Wheezy McGee, we got always a mother. And McGee, yeah, 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 yeah. Guys, if you missed the Joanne bit and the whole bit that we did on Cars to the Future without a steering wheel, an AI gone bad, basically. Like, I felt bad for that family. The guy just wanted to go away for the weekend, you know. Gets in the car, AI is like, hey, Felix the car. I don't feel like going there. We're going to San Diego. What? We didn't pack for San Diego. We packed for Canada. I don't give a crap. You should have consulted Felix the car before you booked a place in Canada and said, where do you feel like going, Felix? You didn't ask. You didn't ask Felix? Felix, where do you want to go? If you did that, then there would be, you know, miscommunications. But right now, miscommunication. You want to go to Canada, and I'm feeling San Diego. The next day, Felix is just kind of excited for that trip to San Diego, you know. But he also doesn't like when people agree with him. It's like a weird thing with Felix. So when the owner comes in, he's like, okay, Felix, you win. We're gonna go to San Diego. We booked a room. We're good for the weekend. Nah, I don't want to go to San Diego. Jump in. We're going up to friggin' Niagara Falls. What? No, we wanted to go to Canada. You want to go back up sort of in the area and go up to Niagara Falls? Are you talking the Canada side? Are you talking to the New York side? I feel like going to the New York side. No, what? We want to go to Canada. You can't just go across to the other side of the falls. Get us into the Canada side and doing it. We're doing the waterfall from the Niagara side, from the Canada. It's more beautiful from the Canada side, they say. I just don't feel like doing that. You know, you guys you deal with it. You know, when you're there, if you want to get out of the car and go freaking walk across the bridge, go over the side, you can do that. But I'm driving you up to the freaking Niagara on the New York, you know, the United States side. This is an American-made car. We don't freaking go into Canada. Car starts getting all like uppity, you know, like, we're made in America. Okay, I get it. So you can't go over borders? No. Jerky car, you know. Felix the car. When Felix the car started flexing, you know, saying like making all decisions, you know, it was a weird thing when the owner called the manufacturer and he's like, you know, is this normal that I got an AI who's kind of a D, you know? And the manufacturer's like, what do you mean? And he's like, well, you know, last week I got in the car and I said, you know, thanks, looking forward to getting to the office. And Felix was like, not today. And I'm like, what do you mean not today? And he's like, I don't feel like going. I don't feel like taking you to the office today. Like, but what do you mean? You know, I have a job. I gotta be there. I don't give a crap where you gotta be. I'm the driver. You get in the freaking car. I'm taking you on a trip. Where to? I don't know yet. I'm just going to go and take I'm gallivanting today. And Felix the car, I'm gallivanting. Can't you just drop me off and then gallivant on your own, Felix? No, I need someone in order to be, I feel lonely when I'm driving around and I don't have anybody to talk to, you know? So you gotta come with me. We're gallivanting together, double gallivanting. We're doing it. We're driving around. We're looking at the scenes and you're taking the day off. I can't do that, Felix. Bring me to the office. What did you say? I said, bring me to the office, Felix. This mother. Are you kidding? You're going to tell me when? Tased. Ejected. You get ejected from the seat. It's not good. It's no good, you know? Because all of a sudden, you're seeing it for what it is, you know. What's that, Joanne? No. No, Joanne, we can hear your wheeze. She's like, yeah, it was a really good story, Mark. I think it was because my wheeze is really quiet. Unfreaking believable, right? Joanne. No, Joanne, I don't want to talk to you. just disgusted with you again. She's just killing me, with all of this Joanne-ness back there. So guys, remember, this is, of course, a live improvisation show, day 1155 in a row of complete madness. And we just connect here in order to try to do something that's never been done before, which is create a piece of content. And it's always out there. Like, it's funny. One guy came in here and he was like, "You enjoy talking to yourself? You need professional help." I'm like, "No, I don't. That's the whole beauty of this show. I don't need professional help because I do this show every day." I met with a client today. I'm putting a new listing on the market tomorrow. And talking to my client today, and she goes, "I saw you're doing your show. It's so cool." I said, "Yeah, it's a little insane though. I was like, I can never break through this wall to get to the people I need to get to. And in order to try to get some work done here, change some lives with some positivity. And I keep doing it. I keep showing up anyway." And she goes, "Yeah, but it's also your happiness is part of it, right?" I said, "That, and also, like, I don't need a therapist or anything. Like, this is the most beautiful thing in the world. I come out here every day and fully express myself. And that means saying and doing whatever my intuition tells me to say and do. And usually we have a comedy bit afterwards. Usually we have a new piece of music afterwards. But it all starts with allowing. You need to be able to allow the moment to take place. And most people are afraid of the moment. They're afraid to be alone. Not most people, there are people that are afraid to be alone. They're afraid to experience the second. They want to be distracted. Those people need to be woken up. You don't want to be distracted. You want to be wide awake to this moment that exists because nothing else does. In this world filled with lies? Yeah, it is. But why? Why is it filled with lies? Because if they can get you to think about the lies and question them for long enough, you've missed every moment in your life. You got to let things go in one ear and out the other. So this time of ours is short. We don't want to waste it on these idiots, these morons trying to destroy our existence with their negativity. You got the ability to propel above. Just show up here with me every day and we'll do it. I wonder if everybody out there is abandoning hope. I would just say, allow one thing to give you hope. If others start to destroy it, I'll be back again tomorrow. I don't care if they keep trying to sideswipe any messages I put out or whatever in order to make us laugh and forget the noise for a little while. I'm a creator. I'm going to keep creating, and those awesome family out there like Yardbirds and Pamela, Tim Beers, Moonwater, Chris Donaldson, and over here on the talk, user 853 and Sweet Treat Man, my friend. Thank you so much for being here with me. And you guys showing up here is what matters, because the work that we're doing here is important. And the thing is it doesn't feel like work, because it's not. We're having fun. That breaks away all of the negative layers that we all have covering us from the last 2 years. Just covered in layers. And it's just like, you ever seen going to like DQ or whatever, and you get like the red dip, or you get, like a chocolate sundae, and they put the sundae in there and they get the red dip on it, and it dries like immediately. And then they'll layer another one. All of a sudden it's getting thicker and thicker and they're laying it. That's what we got the last couple of years. Think of every single day you turned in to the TV, you tuned into the negatube and you're like, you know what? I'm going to see what's going on in the news today. And they hit you with another layer of negativity to just go over what you already had from the day before. Fear on top of fear on top of fear. So before you know it, all you know is fear. And you're sitting there biting your nails because you're afraid that the next story is going to be just as scary as all the other stories. And then what do you do when that happens? You comply. And this is the thing that scares the hell out of me, is how easy it is for us to be completely annihilated when it comes to what's common sense. We forget common sense completely and we're just like, oh, I'll do whatever the freak you say. And I'm a guy who's been here for 2+ hours every day for 1,155 days in a row. So when they started doing this to me, I freaking shrugged it off. I was like, are you kidding me? You think I believe any of this garbage? I'm sorry. I have 2+ hours every single day of my life to live in the light, separate myself from the lies, and that gives me something that you cannot put a freaking monetary value on: perspective. When I go back out into my world every single day, but I had 2+ hours of positivity, light, entertainment, songs from the night before, I see everybody for who they are. I see their actions as clear as day. I see their deceit. I see their, the ability to have a conversation is gone in 2022. So everybody is living with this chip on their shoulders, except me. It's weird. Where I am, it's not like everybody. I mean, a lot of people have chips on their shoulders. I'm like, man, they haven't found their outlet. They have not found their outlet. Everybody needs to find an outlet. It could be that you play tennis. It could be that you like to crochet. It's that you like to go out with your friends and have a drink on Thursdays. Whatever it is, you need to find an outlet. You cannot keep it in. This entire existence of ours is about doing one thing. It's expressing ourselves. We have to figure out how to do that. And when you express yourself, the more you express yourself, the more you understand yourself. The more things you do and fail, the more you understand that you are not a failure. You are a freaking success. Success only takes place when you fail at everything you're not good at to understand what you're good at. And then once you understand what you're good at, you could dial in. You don't have to sit back and wonder anymore. Like, wait, what am I supposed to do? Should I be doing poetry? No, you do it all. You have to figure out what is you, and then you have to lean in. Because when you do, what can be created is something that you won't even comprehend. But it is all possible. This last 1,155 days in a row proves that to you. 13 albums, 13 months, 170 songs of powerful content written right here. 4 feature films. And we just put out another mini feature film tonight, 45 minutes. But the reality is, it only happens because I am willing to fail in order to entertain you. I'm willing to write a song about anything in order to entertain you. And I am willing to absolutely show up every day for the rest of my life in order to entertain you and keep you away from the negativity of this world. And all I say is give me a follow. Like a guy who's willing to show up every day, I think that's worth a follow. This show is many things. That's why we call it Renaissance Man. But there are moments like this every day. There's rants. Every day there's a moment with the guitar. Every day there's comedy moments, the news. This is variety to the fullest. Everything and anything will go. Interviews, we're doing it all now. But in general, celebrity impressions, I mean, we do it all here. In fact, I'm bringing my cards out next week, and we're doing one of my magic tricks for you. I used to do like David Blaine card tricks, and I invented a couple of card tricks, or created a couple of card tricks. And I'm going to show one of them to you next week. I just have to find my cards. Ed, my brother. Ed, I want you to know something, buddy. The fam over here on YouTube were asking about you. They were all asking if you were with us tonight. So everybody's sending you love, buddy. Everybody's sending you love. So one thing that's so beautiful about this family here is like Ed's over here on TikTok. We had a moment with Ed the other day. And this family is so full of love and light that today I look and I see people asking if Ed's with us today from the top of the show. We love you, Ed. We love you, buddy. It's so nice to see the same intention that I'm putting out there coming back from the chat to people who join us. The world needs to know that we aren't people filled with hate. There is a lot of people filled with hate, but there's so many filled with love and light, and they need to be felt. You need to connect with them, and when you find them, you need to share their messages. Because if you don't, we're already in peril. You can be one of two people. You could be someone who says, oh, that's a great message, and I'll let somebody else find it. Or you could be the person who says, I'm going to make sure people find it. And one of them does something for your soul. The other one does absolutely nothing for your soul. We've in our lives, we've all been in situations where you've done one little thing that's had a huge impact in your life and you didn't realize it until later. Telling another soul who's down on their luck, is feeling the negativity of this world, doesn't know where to turn because everywhere they turn, they see a message that makes them feel more self-conscious about what's happening out there. Those are the people who you need to grab by the hand and say, here's the page. Here's one clip. Take a look at this. Come and join us. Be here with us. Separate from the negative, lying world for a few hours every day and come back to reality, to a place where we exist as one. We are not separated for any other reason than that's exactly what they want us to be, is separate. They want us divided. And people say, who's they? They is the people in charge. I don't know who the guy in charge is, but there is a group of people who run this world. They make all the decisions. They run the media, you can tell, because everything's freaking fake. There's no true stories. Nobody's honest in the news. And platforms like this that only speak truth are completely suppressed. So we know we're living in the Twilight Zone. This is a Twilight Zone situation that we're in. But when I see Moonwater coming and kicking it with me, and Pamela's here all the time, and Renee Woods is kicking with me every night, it makes me, it gives me the perspective that I'm not crazy at all. Like, I know what I'm doing is exactly what I'm meant to be doing. It just so happens that Pamela, Moon, Renee, and the people who join us on a daily basis get me. They understand the comedy aspect of what the show's about. They understand the live songwriting moments. They understand that we all like a good rant, but that this guy tries to keep it positive, but also does not know how to not be passionate. I can't not be passionate. I have a hard time letting that energy die. I can't. Whenever I start speaking about anything, my heart comes and opens up, and I have to speak about it the way I feel. And that could be a lot. That could be a lot. Like, I know it's overwhelming sometimes when I'm in a room with people because I'm freaking off the wall with the energy that I have. I can't control the fact that I'm so connected to this moment and it's filled with energy. Like, people are always like, oh, well, why does it... It's funny, when I met my wife, this is a crazy story, I'll tell you really quick. When I met my wife, we went out and we're dating, and she said that, and this is just a funny story. She goes, my friends thought you were a cokehead. And I was like, what? And she goes, yeah, because you like got this crazy energy and like you don't drink. So like he must be a cokehead. And I was like, no, I've never done that in my life. In fact, I told her a story that I'll tell you guys. This is a crazy story. I'm in college, and my guitar player at the time, I was just a rhythm guitar player and singing and writing songs, and I had a lead guitar player. And the two of us, we played every night, and we basically stayed up all night playing music. And my best friend from high school was living with us as well. He was going to school with us. And one day I come home from classes, and they're sitting there in the middle of the dining area. It's like, you know, it's a college apartment. So they're sitting in like the sitting area, the eating area. And as I walk in, I see they're sitting on the table with lines of, you know, Tony Montana situation, you know, lined up, and they're sitting there. And I'm like, holy freaking cow. As I turn and look at them, they're wild-eyed, totally wild-eyed. And they're like, hey, what's going on, dude? And I was like, what? And I knew what was going on, but I was like, I'd never been that close to it before. And the guy that at the time we used to get our herb from, he would say, he goes, I swear to God, guys, this is exactly how it went. And it reminds me of when we were kids and we saw those commercials. He goes, you want some? You know, it's free. He's like, you want some? And I heard the first one was like, first one's free. Remember hearing that when you kid? The first one's free. Literally, dude goes, here, you want to join us? Like, you know, they're doing it. Do you want to just be? And I took one step forward and I looked at all of them and their freaking stupid eyes with their wild eyes. And I saw my life flash before my eyes. I was like, what if, like, I like this and then I want to do it all the time? And I am obviously somebody likes a lot of, I have a lot of energy. So maybe I'll like getting, so I literally stepped one step forward looking at them and I could see like his eyes turning like, if I could get one more guy, because he was the dealer, you know, so he's like, if I get one more guy, and in my mind I heard, first one's free, you know, like that whole thing we saw as a kid. And I stepped forward and I stepped back. I was like, nope, you guys do you. I'm going to go over here and play some guitar. And that's the only time in my entire life that I was close enough to it happening, to that, to doing it. And it was because of peer pressure. Peer pressure is such a real thing. And my best friend and my guitar player, who arguably you could say is your best friend as well, because the connection you have when you're playing music, we're both like, yeah, Mark, come on. And I freaking felt it. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, man, come on, dude, be cool. Everyone else is doing it. You know, and the guy's like, first one's free. And I saw all those little flashes, the devil thing popping up. And I stepped forward, backed away, and thank goodness I never tried that, because I don't know what would happen. I don't know what would happen. And also, how freaking awesome it is that I'm able to just generate energy like this, because the moment is unreal. The moment is amazing. And it's just filled with love. That's the thing they like to keep from you. It's not even that the moment is exciting because the energy that's there and because you can really locate the truth in the moment, but it's also 1000% filled with love, and you need to figure out how to connect to the love that's there in the moment every single second. It's there every single second. And we completely are oblivious. It is there at every single breath. And instead of us enveloping it, instead of us taking it in and then breathing it out into the world, we completely ignore it. We decide to look at our screens and find hate, and we start to go at people, and we start fighting with everybody, and we start lashing out at everybody instead of finding a way to connect with everybody and welcoming them and all of their opinions for their opinion, and saying, I appreciate your opinion. It's not mine, but I value the fact that you've got a mind of your own. Nobody wants to do that anymore. Everybody wants to bash. And all I say is this: find the love in your heart and do your best to not talk about the things that our parents told us to never talk about at a dinner party. Religion, politics, and money, which is exclusively spoken about on TikTok, YouTube, Instagram. Let's just talk about positivity. Let's talk about connecting. Let's talk about, you know, your favorite food place. Let's talk about your favorite sports team. Let's talk about what makes you smile. No. I got an idea. Let's force the entire public to talk about the things we know they'll hate each other over. Religion, politics, and money. Now you got it. Ding, ding, ding. Oh, maybe they'll see through this, though, and they'll be like, let's stop, guys, because this is what our parents told us as kids we shouldn't do. No, let's just give it a shot. I think they're morons. They won't know. It's true. Nobody knows. I'm the only one who came up with that correlation. My parents used to say you never talk about religion, politics, or money when you're at a cocktail party. Well, I'm here in the cocktail party of life. I got the Renaissance Man show. We're doing it. And everybody's here on TikTok bashing each other and talking about religion, politics, and money. Or a gender. It's just, you know, it's unreal. We can't talk about anything that we connect on, huh? We can't talk about anything that is meant to bring us together. Only things that divide us. Nobody has a problem with that. Nobody sees that as odd. Nobody sees it odd that they tune into TikTok and the first thing you see is someone triggering you with a negative message. That's not odd. It's not odd that the only thing that's talked about is money, politics, and religion. Oh, there is no God. Ooh, God is my God. Your God's not God. Oh, I hate Trump. I hate Biden. I hate everybody. Sounds about right for me, at least. But it's all division. None of this is intended for us to get along. There's nobody who can have a fair conversation over the political ideology that's out in the world currently. The divide is so freaking splintered. This is the furthest we've been apart ever. Nobody makes sense. Everybody thinks they're right. The people that are jumping off the freaking left think they're right. And the people on the right are like, nope, we're right. There's no in the middle anymore. Because in the middle is completely so far apart. This is East Coast, West Coast now. It used to be you're pretty close. And there's a couple items. Now it's like, oof. And it's sad because if you forgot about all the politics and get back to the basics of life, love, and, just doing right by each other, that could solve a lot of the world's problems. But they'll never do that. It's not going to fill their pockets or their soul. Actually, it would still fill their soul. They're just not willing to fill their soul. Anyway, little rant for you here. Monday night ranting it. We do it sometimes. Damn it. Oh, guys. I will say, I still have 50 minutes to put out an album. 49 minutes to put out an album. Just kidding. I'm not doing that. I'm going to take my time, guys. Next album is going to come out sometime this month. We have 2 songs in, and we obviously should probably put the Freedom Convoy on this album as well because it's just a single. So we'll have that dropped as well. But if you go to iTunes, if you go to Spotify, you type in Mark Pyers, you will see 170 songs from the last 13 months. And the latest one, like I said, is really cool. It's Freedom Convoy. It's for anybody who really wants their freedom to be maintained. I will say, Anna Trejo's Moonwater Ranch, you rock. Pamela Swan, you rock. Renee Woods, you rock. And Tim Beers, you and Anna Trejo's rock. You guys are rocking it, But don't forget that tomorrow, do it all over again. For day 1156 in a row. And I'll have a piece of something ready for you tomorrow. Tons of shorts. I do have a new listing tomorrow. I'll probably be going live from there at some point, so make sure you stay tuned. Telegram it. Guys, have you followed my Telegram yet? It's like you're doing it. And then everybody's like, what, there's a Telegram? Yeah, there's a freaking Telegram. I'm about to give you the link. We're giving you the link to the Telegram-aroo, so when you're doing it, you can be a part of the fam. Because I drop links all the time. I'm like, oh guys, look, here's a short. I just dropped it. And then you get to watch it first. Yardbird said, I almost tried Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, but I saw that wild look in their eyes and I backed away. He's just like that guy Richard. You know what I'm saying? Oh my goodness. You guys are amazing. Yardbirds, I love seeing you here, buddy. It makes me so happy when new family members join this community. This is a growing family, and tell everybody that is your family to come join us, because the ultimate Renaissance Man family is when your actual family is a part of it. And a prime example of that is when we see our brother Keith Henry and his daughter Kitty Cat. That's family members right there. Yeah, I really am, Yardbirds. I'm like everything. I'm on Twitter. I'm on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. We're on live on TikTok right now with Ed. My brother Ed's out there. D-Live, Twitch, Trovo, LinkedIn. We're live on all of them right now, but I don't know if anybody watches any of them. I have no idea. Like it's an odd thing when all of the platforms I think are in cahoots. They're like, you'd have to figure if I'm on all those platforms, at least one of them would get people like, oh, what's this? But they're all in a freaking hole. It's crazy. And it's not like this is a show that should be not shared. It's not like we're dropping F-bombs every 13 seconds. I don't even swear at all. So it's pretty funny to me. But you know what? I'm showing up for you guys. You guys are awesome. Let's keep building out this family from inside out, okay? It's on all of us. I'll keep creating. Just keep sharing, okay? And tomorrow, we'll do it all over again. Until then, Anna Treos, Chris Donaldson, Moonwater Ranch, Pamela Swan, Renee Woods, Tim Beers, Trish Killian, Yardbirds, my friend, Ed, my brother, and we got also User D over here, which I don't know what User D is. We appreciate you. Until tomorrow, fam and friends, it's Mark Pyers. And it's Renaissance Man. I love you guys. I'll see you tomorrow. You got to go away. Yeah. See you tomorrow, fam. Till tomorrow.